Well, this is it. Having bested the false king,
I hear voices
it's
roar.
time to meet his master.
The Old One is calling for thee. Let us proceed below to its lair. Old One, I have brought thee what thou wishest, thy new demon. Come now, be good.
I'm a rather big fan of the design of the Old One. I mean, yeah, it's a giant tree, but you can see it's also in the shape of the primeval demons that we've fought before.
Let us proceed below to its lair.
And besides, plenty of good final bosses come in the form of a tree. Take X-Death, for example, from Final Fantasy V. Great game. Final boss was a tree. Half of the mana games, the final boss hides in a tree or otherwise possesses it. Trees are good. That's why we have to chop them up and set them on fire.
You have been chosen by the Old One. Shalt thou seek everlasting demon souls, or obey that naive monumental? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here.
It's kind of weird. So,
Surely you have seen for yourself pain, suffering that fills this world. But fight poison with poison. God is merciful, and so created the Old One. The Old One will feed on our souls and put an end to our tragic veil of existence.
So, this is the true King Edward. And he shows basically what our choices are here. We can either become that, or a boss, or actually beat the game.
You fool. Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
And he basically spouts the whole, nobody wants to live. This is the plot of Persona 3. And 4, collective unconscious, whatever. But, it's not a real final boss fight, much like how the final bosses of Gradius games aren't really fights. And he's dispatched soon enough.
Thine work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the Old One back to slumber.
And that'll do it. The game proper is finished, though we can get a different ending,
The Old One and
I believe, if
shall
we
slumber
kill the Maiden in
eternally.
Black.
That is the way it must be. Thou mayst go. Be gone to thine world.
I never really did that, though. Honestly, this entire last
My
area,
prince. At last, my duty is fulfilled.
it feels really tacked on. The kiln of the First Flame, this is not. And while I like the whole tree design thing, it's just... well, it's rather primitive considering what came later.
The Old One, along with the Maiden, were swept back into the lulling fog. Boletaria was spared from the demons, but also lost its knowledge of soul arts. The souls lost during the pandemonium were never retrieved. And today, the unstable world has another monumental to hold its fabric together. A brave new hero of unprecedented power.
And that is Demon Souls. It's a good game. I don't think it's as good as Dark Souls, but it's a very good game in its own right. I really like a lot of the mechanics. You know, it's the strangest thing, really. When I first started playing through this, my intent was just to play this and then Dark Souls back to back to get ready for Dark Souls 2. And I only recorded the first couple videos because I had just gotten like a capture card to work with. And I wanted to work out, workflow issues for that sort of thing. Like what it's like to, make videos on a regular basis. How do I even use this stuff? What kind of video quality can I get out of it? And I wound up, doing the whole process that I would do for making a Let's Play video and just wound up posting it. And some people watched it. And they liked it. And so I figured, alright, I'll put the rest of the playthrough up. It'll be educational. They can see something that they've never really tried before, which in this case is magic. I know a lot of people don't really play with magic in Demon Souls or Dark Souls, and a lot of that's because it feels more rewarding to play a hack-and-slash character. And in a lot of times, victories with magic can be a little cheap, especially in this game where a lot of the magic is completely overpowered and you can make a build like mine that just puts up gargantuan numbers on bosses for no reason. So what you really see here is the introduction and the starting point for the evolution of a lot of the magic and pyromancy stuff. In this game it's all just magic. You have miracles and you have magic. And magic has the lasers and stuff, but it also has fire and that sort of thing. And you can tell already that, as a balancing act for Dark Souls, they split the two up into pyromancy and sorcery. And you can also see that there's certain spells that have been significantly weakened between the two iterations, namely Firestorm. Right after I played this, I played Dark Souls through as well. And I played it as a caster as well, since I had never done so. And when I finally got to, Firestorm, I was like, yes. Now I'm gonna destroy everything, just like I did in Demon Souls. I was sorely disappointed by Firestorm, and specifically how long it took to start the storm up. Additionally, one spell that has never been seen again since Demon Souls is Second Chance, and that is for a very good reason. Second Chance is completely game-breaking. The entire purpose of the Souls series is that, they want you to learn, how to do each level, how to approach each enemy encounter, how to defuse, disarm, or otherwise get around each trap, and the thing that it uses to ensure that you learn how to do it is death. Whenever you fuck up, you die, and you have to go do it again. And you go and do it again and again and again until you get it right. And when you get it right, you feel really good. You feel really alive, because you haven't been killed. Then you move on to the next challenge and repeat, and repeat, and repeat until you get to the end. And by the end, you've got this giant mountain of accomplishments that you're sitting on, and you just feel great. In this game, you get Second Chance, and then you basically render most of the game irrelevant. As long as you aren't just getting completely swarmed, you just can't really lose or fall into pits. And the game finishes with giving you the Maiden in Black Demon Soul, and then New Game Plus begins. Thanks for watching, everyone.